Hi Virgo, it's Raina. Welcome to your August 2016 General Tarot Scope. I had started just a few moments before, and I don't want to really have to edit this. I want this to just upload directly, so I'm just going to do it over again. I had just started it, but I'm not going to start with the cards again because I already laid them out. But basically, I had just talked about the first card, which is the Tower card. I will say there may be some graininess because I don't have all my lights on and it's overcast day. It looks like a little bit, like it's going to be grainy. So we'll see. But so this is a card of something happening suddenly, unexpectedly, but it could be just mentally that you discover something, you find something out that kind of rocks your world. Let me just, before I even get into that, look at the recent past to give me more insight on what's possibly going on. Now, obviously, this is a general forecast, so some of these cards may not resonate with you, but hopefully some do. So we get a pair in the recent past of the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Right off the bat, I think of somebody who may not have made the right choice. And now they realize, they're like, oh, dang, what did I just do? The Two of Pentacles can just concern, somebody who is juggling things in their life, especially when it comes to money. And the Seven of Cups is about choice and having a lot of choice, but some of the options may be questionable. But that could be in the work arena for sure, where maybe somebody promised you a job and it sounded glowing and it did, and you left another position and it wasn't what it was cracked up to be. What I say in any of these scenarios, it could involve an earth sign. You're an earth sign. This is like Two Pentacles. It could be another earth sign, and you're choosing between that person and another person. It could involve maybe two earth signs. So we're talking about Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Regardless of what area of life it may be impacting you, what has to really be kind of understood is that even if you are lured into this type of an ideal situation that doesn't pan out, be grateful that you were lured out of something that wasn't working for you. You may be like, okay, now what do I do? If you quit your current job and you went to a new job and the job just sucks and you are left high and dry, that's like, wow, okay, now what do I do? But this is a good reason to always have more than one income stream. This card may be kind of telling you to do that in the future, because you have to have a backup plan. Don't they have a joke about Jamaicans having 3 jobs or something? Some people have always done that. I have known people who've always had an extra job. But nowadays, you don't have to actually drive a cab and do something physical. You can do something on the internet. You can do something based upon your talents that you may just do as a hobby on a lark. I mean, some people like to knit. Why not get an Etsy shop? You can set one up for free and sell your stuff there. If you like to sew, if you have a sewing machine, make tote bags, but do something different. Do something that nobody else is doing. There's so many, possibilities if you have talents in certain areas, and especially with I feel like something of practical value, because I feel more and more people are trying to avoid shopping malls and they're ordering online. And I think a lot of people would enjoy buying things from real people rather than corporations. So just a thought, a little tip for the day. But getting back to whatever's happening, let's look at the present situation that's associated with the Tower. We have the, I'm holding them on my side, the Hermit, which, you know, you represent the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. I also feel like, for some of you, what could have happened is that you were kind of debating whether or not to make a choice about something, or to, you know, both of these two cards, I'm not going to hold them up because it's, you know, it's hard, but both of those cards point to choice, the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So it could be that you were like sitting on the fence, and then something came in that forced you to kind of make that move. Now this is literally a move. This is literally like leaving. The Two of Pentacles can actually be about moving too. It could be about, you know, or even going overseas for some of you. But this is like travel over water as well. Maybe it's not, you know, an ocean. Maybe it's a lake. Maybe you live in Minnesota and there's like 1,000 lakes around that you're going to be traveling over, or Canada or something like that. Anyway, the Hermit card with this Six of Swords suggests that you really kind of search your soul before you do this. But there might be some kind of turmoil that's prompting this, and obviously this Tower card is indicative of something, and it's almost like it just has to give. If you had a bad marriage and you swept things under the rug, maybe something just explodes and there's, you know, no way to hide anymore. You have to face whatever this is. The Tower card is not some kind of curse or punishment. We should welcome these cards like the Devil and the Tower card and the Death card. You know, it's interesting. I actually like these cards a lot more than I used to. I still don't like the Five of Swords, though. I still don't like the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords. I mean, there's some cards I wish they could, you know, just be done with them because they don't seem to serve a purpose. But in this case, I would say that if this is true for you, you would know this right now. Even if you're watching in July, you would know if there's something going on that you are trying to decide what to do about, that you're agonizing to make a decision. Well, it's just saying that if you drag your feet, you may have the decision made for you. Remember that nothing is set in stone. At least I don't think so. I'm not a Calvinist, so I don't believe in predestination. So, you know, why not take charge? You know, the Six of Swords is really about investing in your peace of mind. The swords relate to the air element and to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So literally it could be that you escape towards somebody who is an air sign. Maybe you were with an earth sign. It could be somebody who's deceptive and is a water sign. I just immediately thought of Pisces. I don't know why. Just popped in my mind there. So, but it could be a Scorpio. It could be like one of those obsessive, stalkerish types of Scorpios. And, you know, whoever it is, you want something that's peaceful. Now, the air element is all about the mind. And you're ruled by Mercury. So, and also being an earth sign. So you are one of those people that really values being grounded and being practical, pragmatic, organized, everything that is the opposite of chaos. And so the Tower is about, you know, sudden, maybe like, what's the word? just like instant chaos, but not long lasting, but something that just kind of like shakes the core of your being. But it can light a fire under you and get you to actually get off the fence. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. I know that that's still probably going to make a few of you scratch your heads, but you know, what can I do? I just chose these cards. I have to go with what I have. The higher perspective, let's look at that. The Nine of Cups. So this is kind of like what I was just saying, and it's funny, 9-9. You know, nines are endings of a cycle, the culmination or the highest point, you could say, and it's connected to that Hermit card. It's the wish fulfillment card, and so it's a very positive card. It's an affirming card for you, but what I think it's saying is that all's well that ends well. If something, you know, happens that's very shocking, it's going to end well. It's going to end in your favor, and don't worry about the short-term chaos that may ensue. Just think long-term. Think Nine of Cups. Think, I'm going to have my dreams come true. It's going to be a little hairy right now, but it's going to work out. And this also goes for, you know, job situations where, again, if you were bamboozled by somebody and they, you know, this card is really like kind of sketchy. This is another card I don't really like either. The Seven of Cups, because I have to look at the Rider-Waite deck. This is the Morgan Greer deck, and I think it's pretty, it tends to be very faithful to it. But, you know, if you look at all the cups, I always say door number 1, door number 2. Which one do you want? Which one is the booby prize? And did I, you know, walk into a booby prize? Even if you did, you still can come up, you know, a winner, because, again, it got you out of that stagnation. Maybe you were in a comfortable rut. Maybe you were comfortably numb, to quote Pink Floyd, and you needed that kind of a jolt. Okay. The attitude to adopt during this period of time is the Chariot card, and this is like right on time and very resonant with the rest of this reading, because the Chariot is about winning, but you're going to have to be one-pointed. You're going to have to really, you know, avoid all distractions, avoid all trolls, people that may be naysayers, people that said, I told you so, you shouldn't have done that, I told you that guy was or I shouldn't say guy, I told you that person was a dog, or was no good for you. And now look what happened. You left your marriage, and now you don't have anyone, because this person turned out to be not what he or she said that they were. Well, the marriage must not have been good, right? So it doesn't really matter. In a way, you could say, thank you, universe. Thank you for providing this tower, because that was the only way I would have ever left. And yes, it is very unsure right now, but I trust in the universe to have my back. And so the Chariot is about just grabbing the reins of the horse, being in control, and being victorious. Now here's that's another 7. I got 2 7s, 2 9s. Isn't that funny? So 7 and 9. 7 is like a turning point number. So it can like go along with when you have a revelation that the Tower card represents. Oh, you know what's weird? The Tower is number 16, and that reduces to a 7. So yeah, you know, I totally believe that this is not a random chaotic universe. So even in numerology, we see these patterns show up in readings, and it's really fun to witness this, you know, up front and center. I love this kind of stuff. Okay. The advice is the Devil card. No, do not become a Satanist, please. The Devil card is connected to Capricorn. Okay. Now, I mentioned that in the recent past there may have been an Earth sign. So, was there a Capricorn that really has wreaked havoc on your life? It doesn't sound like something a Capricorn could do, but every sign has people who act nobly and who act disgracefully, right? So it could be literally pointing to a Capricorn individual. It could be speaking to, if some of you are young enough to be having, well, I shouldn't say young enough, if some of you are going through Saturn returns, because I believe since this is connected to Capricorn, it's probably also connected to Saturn. Maybe it's just Saturn. Yeah, it is. I know it's Capricorn, but it's probably Saturn too. So you might be going through a Saturn return, and it's letting you know that if you feel like, your life is just, crap, it's, especially in the first one, it can be very discombobulating. If you're in the late 20s, if you look at your natal chart and your Saturn is in Sagittarius, then that's how you would know. And actually in August, Saturn is going to be turning direct. It's been retrograding. So if you have your first Saturn return and you feel kind of like, oh my God, I'm totally confused, don't worry about it. You are just going through the process of maturation, and this too shall pass. So that may be, for the younger Virgos, that may be kind of discombobulating. But the other thing too with the Devil card is just excessive materialism, love of money. Not you shouldn't hate money, but not seeing it as energy, currency. Just seeing it as a way to feel good about yourself instead of using it as a tool, or using it to control other people. That's a big one too, because this is all about bondage, and it could be that it's reminding you of what you left. Do not get suckered back into it, sucked into that. And it could be a relationship that is based on physical things, sex, or indulgence with materialism, not being, concerned with spirituality, just being concerned with bodily concerns. And it might be just a card of reminding you of what you have accomplished. Don't, go back into the old. And then the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Great card. Connected to Jupiter. You've been having Jupiter in your sign. In your sun sign or your ascendant. So this is like the last stand of Jupiter until about the first week, or maybe the second week in September. So some of you may still have things that you want to promote, and that would be good to get that when you still have Jupiter in your sign and get that little boost. But you know what? To tell you the truth, when Jupiter goes into Libra, it's going to be in your second house of earned income. So the better it gets, the better it gets. And it's also telling you you're on the upswing. They're sitting on the top of the wheel. They're not falling off of it. See, the other people are falling off of it. They're on the top. You're on the top. You notice how that, you see the legs of that person in the bottom right corner. It kind of reminds me of that Tower card, where I think they show somebody falling off. And so it's that same kind of an idea of sometimes we're at the top and sometimes we're the one falling head first. And so to ensure that you're on top more often than not, you have to get some things into practice that will make that more consistent of being on the top. And these can include, various things that you can do for self-improvement. But the card of the Wheel of Fortune is definitely concerned with just luck and good fortune, I should say. So something may you do have it with the Nine of Cups. So I feel like even if you have been going through a difficult time, that you're going to end up on your feet and maybe even in a better position than you were before. So I'm glad that I ended the reading like that, Virgo. It's nice to, if you're going to start the reading with the Tower card, definitely end with the Wheel of Fortune. That's my motto. But also with these major arcana cards, it sounds like it's going to be quite a significant period of time for you. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, please click on the link below. But otherwise, let's see what happens in August for you, Virgo. Bye.